I'm sitting on a throne of dogs.
This car is the most beautiful car I saw in Georgia.
Break on the factory like someone. If you see that view, you'll recognize that video. Yeah, wonderful, thank you.
Aesthetic tea ceremony.
And our selection for this morning is a baking soda tea. Residential travel to Georgia started. It's a winter time, middle of January, and we arrived to Tbilisi to visit our new tea house and the factory, and also with me, Adrian. So this is our tea house in Tbilisi, and there is still some event, and here is some pottery. Wow, best selection on the planet. Especially this. We are in the center of Tbilisi, and today we just walk around, and Adrian for the first time seeing that fantastic city, the old city of Tbilisi. We are on Rustaveli Street, and yeah. What is your very first impression about Tbilisi?
My first is that it's really cold, wonderful weather.
Okay.
That's my first impression.
And it's a sunny day, I think.
It's a sunny day.
Main idea for today is to create kind of a performance setup. Adrian just make a few performances in different places at Tbilisi, and yeah, it's pretty fun.
My hair, is it okay?
One piece of hair inside. Okay, I'm filming. You can turn.
Čumurnukobi gare ganatebe bez pozivs Ares, Mares, Karibs, tavas aptozis Keta samurai, iaraks dalotsos Kolši Wi-Fi, ugzavnit angelosivs Bozivs, čujmi hurat lepa zero Rekav zari, zadari zoro spero Onda kopu sebi scheuleb ze čai zero Rogor ta išala piksele bet stratosfero
Κατάγαμε ისევდა ცვავს კანაბის სუბტროპიკებში დაკარგული ქალაქის ქალა ქვის უბეში კამფეტები ჯიბეში რაკეტები ხეთარიქს რკალად ხრის ცრის ცოტა ჩაი ცოტა კომპას.
So I'm sitting on a throne of dogs. Actually, this is the best location. I'm feeling myself as a king of dogs.
როგორც ორნამენტი ქუჩის არითმეტიკოდი და დისონანსი.
Actually, what I like in Tbilisi is that a lot of graffiti, and no one actually cover up it. Like just next generation of vandals create some new strange crap, and sometimes it looks like an art. I like this. The super typical Tbilisi thing. This is the balconies on old buildings, gardens, and some dried underwear, some there on the streets. The complexity of the city and diversity of the city, of course, the graffiti. What's more? Yeah, I think they don't get the topics. We don't keep attention on the topics today. We just show the city how it looks like. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. Yes.
Is this a coffee shop?
Yes, it's a coffee shop without weed. One of the most famous street artists of Tbilisi is Gosha, and you can see his sign Gosha Art. His Instagram, I do believe, and you can see a lot of street art. It's like a local Banksy. Often you can see some new works, some old works also disappear, but yeah. It's like local superstar.
Telegrammi dzilis, samis, dilit, gamis, nabaseb zilis, gavlit, game, vilis, trebze, ivlis, ivlis, mais, marts, dekembris kars, simšvidis piratēps, kmelta šos glās, kelta šos glārs, bars, sokos porepši, asots tamet, sametesim, subukis morevši, sišoreš, ir golf, ir kals, cota Pocahontas, cota bas. Če mi to midgas.
Yeah, we now on Dry Bridge. It's one of the most, maybe only one of the most famous market in Tbilisi. It's a regular market for all the used stuff, second-hand stuff.
Thank you.
But
I want to shake your hand.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we just bought sheepskin, and we just have it for performance with Adrian here, so yeah. And also I'm searching for some tea-related stuff, mostly like old Soviet cans, which I collect. Maybe we'll find some more interesting stuff here. A lot of old Soviet stuff and so on, also different, big, broad range of old used things. We are on our factory in Georgia, and here is so good weather after Tbilisi. It's pretty hot, like maybe 15 degrees, also sun is shining. Wonderful weather for January actually. It's like summer. And yeah, we just brought a big part of our Moychay family, international Moychay family, and we now need to prepare to the season of producing tea, because we now upscaling our small factory. It still will be not a big amount of production, but it will be like focus on quality and some rare specialty teas. So we need to discuss with our technologists and with our tea pickers and with our local manager who help us with deal with all the factory. And so we now also look for some equipment we need to buy. This is pretty important to be more efficient during the harvesting and production season. Yes, and now also we have some small incident, but when there's a break on the factory, like someone gets in and try to take some needles from our equipment, but luckily it's all okay. So we need to also build new security button, yeah, something like that. And also maybe we will take that small building and rebuild it to a bigger one, because we need to bring big GABA fermenting machine over here and some other equipment. Yeah, so this is why we are here. And what's a meeting without actually a cup of tea? Because it's all the time with a cup of tea. I like the company, like we're like from 5 different countries all together and drink tea and like have a good weather. Yeah. So we're now going to our tea plantation to have a look, how the bushes was cleaned, because we're down of a plantation. We changed it a little bit, finally cleaned it because as we started during the summer, now during the winter we finish it. Yeah, so also Evgeny, our technologist, join us today, and yeah, good weather, really excited.
So Adrian, how you feeling yourself in Russian car?
I'm really happy because this car is the most beautiful car I saw in Georgia until now. Thank you for taking me in this car. I really like it.
So we here on our plantation, in Ozurgeti in Georgia, our 6 hectares now, and we just clean up the plantation from some bushes, unneeded bushes. Also thinking what we need to plant more tea trees over here, because some trees are pretty old, some are dead, some was just destroyed, and so we need to renovate our plantation. That part we just clean it during the summertime. And just now, guys, they finished with the cleaning, remove all unneeded bushes. Yeah, so we need to work out a lot. And now you see the noises there as the guys working now also for cleaning the plantation. We need to be prepared for harvesting, which begin in the middle of the spring. Now it's January, the best time, because there's not so much grass, so we can easily see what's needed, what's not, just to cut and clean the plantation. Actually, on this field, as already told before when I filmed a big movie about our Georgian project, it's completely organic. We not get certified yet, but we don't use any pesticides or fertilizers. It's just real tea, how it must be. You can see by the grass, there's a lot of grass, no glyphosate, no bullshit, how we can say. We passed through all our plantation, and now we need to discuss how to treat it. Then and there to cut a little bit bushes, because this will not give fresh leaf, so we need to cut a little bit, trim, and also we need to plant new bushes. And we now discuss which variety, because here we have 4 different varieties, so it's not a mono plantation. Now here's a good example of plantation was abandoned for a couple of years even, and we need to cut all these trees, which also this process we began last summer and also before, because already 3 years here, and yeah, we just now finalizing this process, and we need to treat all the plantation because we have 6 hectares, but around 30% we just have nothing, plant new trees. But main thing now it's about the treatment and preparing after the season, as I already told. The perfect moment you have is a moment of a nature, actually, and if you also add some tea to this nature and some good friends to this nature, so it's the best moments in your life, actually. And here in Ozurgeti we have one fantastic spot. It's just a mountain river. There is a Bakhmaro, famous mountain over here, and we just have a tradition to make some tea here near the river, enjoy the moment. And even in the winter it's even more cozy because you warm with the tea, which is perfect. And also today we filmed a wonderful special concept video with Adrian Rees, our Dutch friend, the artist, and also Jana participated in that video. And I think it will be very good. It will be presented in one of the art shows in Europe. So yeah, later you can, if you see that view, you recognize that video. So finally we are going to Kazbegi, Stepan Smida, and our video man Nikita is driving today, and he wants to sacrifice his car to the art, because the road here is okay, but road in there where we go is not so super good. But yeah, we try our best. Now it's January, and actually maybe first time in January here, because I was like in the winter time and early spring, late autumn, summer of course, but not in January. yeah. So, and this is maybe one of my most compact Georgian travels, because only like in 4 days we travel all across country. Like yesterday we get back at midnight from Ozurgeti, and today early morning already going to Kazbegi. It's almost a border with Russia, like, so it's very far from Tbilisi, also like around Georgian distances, like it's like really far, but in general it's like 3 hours drive from Tbilisi, something like. It's called Georgian Military Road, one of the top 10 most dangerous roads on the planet, so it's something really remarkable. So yeah, let us see. Now we just only passed Ozurgeti, which is like still the plain land here, and but we will go forward. And main interesting thing, in the Kazbegi Stepan lives my father, and my father don't know what I visit him. He's a Georgian Orthodox church monk, ascetic lifestyle, and he didn't know what I visit. Let us look how he reacts. I don't want to feel him too much, but yeah, let us look. In general, we just also go with our friend Adrian Rees, who is over there, and we also maybe film some his performance like we done yesterday in Ozurgeti, but let us look how it will develops. One of the most precious moments of life, and then you just can stop and drink tea. It's for me like that, and especially why I all the time take all the teaware with me, and doesn't matter wherever, we just near the high mountain road, and we just found very beautiful reservoir here and just drink tea. And actually, the such way of consumption doesn't matter there, just on the way. It brings you, transform any reality around you to something which already brings a kind of coziness and kind of very warm feeling. And because tea became more valuable as not like only a drink, but also like kind of lifestyle philosophy. And during such events, like let's drink tea from there, but in a way like we like it, not like in a cup and tea bag. It brings you completely different feeling all the way around, and you're just really enjoying life on absolutely different level. One of the most attractive architecture attractions, what I can say, like here in Ozurgeti. If you go from Ozurgeti to Kazbegi, just on the top of the hill, almost like on the top on the pass, we have very, very beautiful mosaic, which was made 40 years ago, like a mosaic for a friendship of Russia and Georgia, and it's 40 years ago made, and it's still still here, even with all current political issues, which are not so perfect relations of Russia and Georgia, but still it's here, and because it's like a culture monument and very beautiful done actually. And it's here is the Georgian side, and here is the Russian side. History of relations more than 200 years. So it's like a celebration of 200 years of relation, from 1783 till 1983. So built. And here's also a very famous poem of very famous Georgian poet and writer Ozurgeti. Adrian Rees, голландский. Hello. Как дела? Сейчас куда едете?
Я сейчас в монастырь на службу.
На службу?
Да.
Сейчас занят, а то покушать пойдем? Может съездить? Потом сейчас заберем, потом привезете обратно.
Сейчас посмотрим, до времени.
Сейчас два. Сейчас два.
Ну пойдем.
Да? Скажи
3
куда.
часа служба.
Да? Ну вот, мы туда съедем и тебя привезем в Трел. Хорошо? Ну. And you see they create kind of a hill. And this is a new one. Oh, he built it still all the time. Wow. This is a new one. He just... Yeah, this is just a machine, you see. And he just drilling now. Wow. Polishing.
It's a real color.
Yeah. So finally we arrived to Kazbegi, but actually it's not a Kazbegi, it's a snow village. And village Snow, it's located near my father's monastery where he lived actually. Yeah, we had some lunch and now we just found a fantastic frozen river, small stream. And actually during the springtime I think it's a big river, especially when the snowy winter, not the same winter like now, but we have almost no snow here, which is pretty strange for this region in the middle of a winter. Fantastic view. I like how the structure of frozen ice, there was some also plants on it, and how it looks like. It's very, very, very beautiful. I like it. So we decided to sit here and drink some tea, of course. What we can do on a beautiful place. Finally, we are on final day of our travel. Adrian,
Yeah.
what is your impression about Georgia?
Well, I have not one impression because these 4 days were like a storm. Eh? We went to so many places, we did so many things. But in general, I feel very lucky that I could see so many nice people, could see so many nice different sceneries. Like now we're on the ice in the high mountains. And yesterday we were like in some sort of warmer area with the tea fields and close to the Black Sea. And when we are in town, we also did a lot of things. So it's amazing.
What do you find special in Georgia? Because you travel so much, so many countries, but your first time here.
Yeah, it's really different than Europe, and it's really different than when you go to Southeast Asia, Middle Asia, and that there is a lot of influence from Russia, there is a lot of influence from Arab countries, there's a lot of influence from Turkey, and here it looks like it comes all together. And also when you look at the people, it's a little bit Arab, a little bit Russian, Turkish. It's like a mixture in a way, and that's what I like. You can feel it's a really old culture, and that there is so much happened, and so many different groups came, and I was impressed by the the language. I totally don't understand, but about the writing, it's
The
so.
alphabet is one of the oldest on the planet.
And it's all round, and in a way for me really exotic and romantic. So I really want to learn a little bit about that.
Maybe next time we will visit more historical places, because this time we mostly was in the nature and in the city a little, but only 4 days. Like we need more time to see.
Yeah, what can you do in 4 days? But we did a lot.
Thank you, Adrian. Thanks for sharing. I think it's interesting, and I like this atmosphere, the tea session. Yeah, but for me it's like a very special moment when you can just sit, settle down a little bit and listen to the nature around you, listen to the wind. Even if it's cold, it's like you keep a warm cup and a little bit warms you up.